In today's video, I'll be showing you how you can map a Blackmagic Decklink Quad 2. This capture card has 8 ports and allows simultaneous capture up to 8 different sources. Now, because of that, it can be a little bit confusing, but I'm going to walk you through it. So, to start with, you're going to want to be on the Linux desktop. This is if it hasn't been configured properly already. And then you're going to want to click Applications. And then you're going to want to go to Sound and Video. Now, typically speaking, it's best that you go firmware updater first and you check to see if there's any available firmware updates, as the capture card will not work without any firmware updates. But in this instance, since we've already updated it, we can skip this step. So please select Blackmagic Desktop Video Setup, and it's going to bring up the following application, this one. In this case, you can already tell it's capturing because it's displaying content down here. Now, just to make sure that it's set up correctly, what we're going to do is we're going to click this one button here. Then we're going to want to go click Connectors. And then right here you'll be given two options, SDI1 and SDI2. Please select SDI1 as you're only using one port to capture. Select Save. And then that's typically how you do it. And then let's go to the next port. Click this button here, go Connectors. You'll notice here it's SDI3 and SDI4. We strongly recommend you only pick the one port of capture because we're not plugging two things simultaneously into the back of, one source is not being used into two ports. One source is just using one port. So select SDI3 in this instance, hit Save, hit the arrow here, click the button in the center please, go to Connectors, select the single port again please, hit Save, select here, and you only have to do this about 4 times in all. And then instead of 7 and 8, just select 7 please, hit Save. And then finally it should be automatically mapped for the rest of these. There we go. Hit Save, and then we've now configured it correctly. So to view which port is currently capturing, click this button here, and if you'll notice it will say 1080p at 59.94 FPS, which means it's both capturing and outputting the content. So that concludes this part of the tutorial. For the next part, please stay tuned. Hi, in today's video we'll be covering how you can configure the Blackmagic Decklink Quad 2 from the Userful Control Center. So to begin, please click on your capture card Blackmagic source that you set up. If you don't know how to do that, please go to New Source. We're going to select Blackmagic Decklink Capture. Make sure you give it a name. In this case, we'll just call it Blackmagic. And then we'll have to select an input, and in this instance we have set this up on port 1, which is actually port 0 because it's the port number minus 1, which is a little confusing. And then for mode, we highly recommend you just select automatic detection, as Userful has been configured to work best with automatic detection. And now for the connection, for Blackmagic Decklink Quads, all you really need to do is just hit SDI, because these are the only connectors on the back on the capture card. So following that, click OK. Your capture card source will now appear down below. So drag and drop your corresponding zone or video wall or screen into the source, hit play, and the content should now be playing. Now, with respect to those individual ports, make sure this is playing, and to do that, please use the desktop application, and then that will help you outline precisely which port to map it to. And there's also some documentation at support.userful.com. That concludes today's video. Please see the other part for additional information or how to use the application. Thank you.